Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing today? My name is Matt Jarbo. Welcome to 3 Buck Theater, and we talk about Star Wars, especially Disney Star Wars, especially the sequel trilogy. When you mention the name Kathleen Kennedy, certain people's entire bodies shrivel up and die because the cringe is real and they can't stand talking about her and they hate her and they loathe her. Even though she's probably on her way out the door, a lot of people out there just pit all of Star Wars woes on her right now. But it turns out that she's kind of aware of this. She has a bit of self-reflection. She understands the situation, and, well, she's been talking about the future of Star Wars, saying here that she has weighed in on the future of Star Wars franchise and saying that the studio is taking a step back on it. Now, as a diehard, longtime Star Wars fan, my first reaction to this, of course, is no. And I still say that. I don't want to wait till 2023 to see the movie. Or 2020. I think 2023, maybe 2022. I forget exactly what time right now, but I know it's for the best. But I still, as a Star Wars fan, want more Star Wars. So this is what it says. Speaking with The Wrap, Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy talked a bit about the future of Star Wars. Mainly, she talks about how the company's main focus was to finish the story George Lucas started with his first film and really decide where they want to take the franchise from here. Her full quote is, "It's an ever-evolving process, you know. When I personally came into this, George had already been having conversations with his previous actors, Carrie and Harrison and Mark. There was a saga that fans loved and he never finished. He always talked about doing 9 movies and he was ready to complete that. And so our focus had been from the beginning on finishing that saga. And now we're stepping back. Stories have been told within the universe over the last 40-odd years, and there's now the realization that this is a mythology that actually spans about 25,000 years. When you start to really look at the different stories that have been told, whether it's books and games, we just need time to step back and really absorb what George has created, and then start to think about where things might go. That's what we've been doing, and we've been having a great deal of fun doing it and meeting with lots of different filmmakers and talent. There's so many fans out there and so many filmmakers that have been influenced by Star Wars for so long that it's a fantastic opportunity to get a sense of who wants to be a part of this. So that's what we've been doing. And I'll say this, I'll definitely say this. I think Kathy is on the right track with this one. The problem is that the Disney machine kicked in and wanted to absolutely just start milking Star Wars for everything that it could. And as a result of that, there were some projects that were very delineated in content. The quality wasn't as good. And now their levels of success have varied. We can still look at the overall movies that have been released and go, yeah, as a whole, on average, everything is basically very successful. Everything has made money with the exception of Solo coming in at the very end. But Star Wars is still very much alive and well, and it makes sense that scaling things back and trying a different approach is going to be the best course of action. And that is Disney Plus, The Mandalorian, and everything else coming down that pipe. I, for one, am very excited about The High Republic coming in the early parts of 2021. But not everyone out there is as excited as I am, and as a result of this, we've been seeing, well, quite a bit of fake news. This Cosmic Book News article from recently says that Disney's resetting Star Wars and erasing The Last Jedi. And at the very bottom of the little bit here, we can see that a new rumor has hit the net offering some sort of Disney Star Wars reset is in the works that will see The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and Skywalker basically be erased. The rumor comes from the future ruler of Earth, Doomcock, who is a dumb shit. There's no way around it. He just makes these things up. But people out there believe him. In fact, this is even a petition that came out months and months and months ago as a result of people not liking The Rise of Skywalker and wanting to declare the sequel trilogy non-canon. Now, granted, this did not get a lot of play back in I think January's when this particular thing came out. But a lot of people have been talking about it because they're not happy with the way that the Star Wars sequel trilogy turned out under Kathleen Kennedy's purview. Now, there's a lot that went into this. There's a lot that always goes into the filmmaking process. There is no I in filmmaking. It's a team effort. It's always going to be a team build. Has Kathy made an absolute mess of things at times? Yes. Yes, she has. Have they realized their errors and their mistakes from trying to cram as much in as they possibly can? The answer to that is also yes. The next movie coming out will be directed by Taika Waititi, who I think is a fantastic filmmaker. Kevin Feige is going to be producing a Star Wars film. The likelihood of Kathleen Kennedy actually extending past her 2021 contract is most likely not going to happen. And people out there need to realize that Star Wars is always going to go through the evolutionary phase. There's always going to be growth. There's always going to be something new when it comes to Star Wars. And I, for one, am happy to see where things go next. I do believe the future is going to be on Disney Plus as they establish new characters, they establish new TV shows, they bring in new talent, and they find a way to tell complete cohesive stories on the small screen that can then be translated to literally billions upon billions on the big screen. The Marvel model is going to come to Star Wars, but here's the thing. That's not necessarily a bad thing. The Marvel method coming to Star Wars actually just means that more cohesive storytelling will take place. Sure, not all of it is probably going to be as great as everything else, but that's really not that bad. Once we start getting more Star Wars on a more consistent basis and they get the machine working, we're going to be filled to the brim with live action TV series, animated TV series, live action movies, potentially animated movies, new video games, new books, and new comics. If you are a Star Wars fan, now is the time to be the most excited you could be for Star Wars, because the greatest thing anyone can ever do is understand the error of their ways. This is exactly what's happening with Kathleen Kennedy. She's acknowledging the error of her ways and how the Disney machine messed up. So what they're doing is they're taking a step back, they're reconfiguring, they're recalibrating, and they're hopefully going to come back doubly as strong, knowing that they don't want to make the same mistake again, and they want to have solid content in production, rebuild the fan base, rebuild the trust, and then, quite frankly, travel to a galaxy far, far away. And I'm here for it. I'm 100% here for it. And you know what? In 5 years or so, 10 years, who knows? We'll look back on Kathleen Kennedy's time at Disney, Star Wars, at Lucasfilm, and realize maybe that it's not all her fault. And that while a lot does rest at her feet, maybe on her way out the door, she'll turn the light on and allow people to actually see what's happening, where things are going, and how good Star Wars can be. Because I do think she's dedicated to it. I do think she's very dedicated to it. And I think that she's made mistakes because she's not used to working with something like Disney and rushing product out like Disney. Star Wars machine will come again. But in the meantime, we're going to get some pretty cool stuff on Disney Plus. And that is because of Kathleen Kennedy. So no matter all the faults the sequel trilogy has, we still got The Mandalorian. And I don't know about you, but I'm willing to forgive a lot because I freaking love Baby Yoda. All right, guys, your thoughts, your opinions. They're going to be a lot of fun, I guarantee you. A lot of people aren't going to agree with my take on this, and that's entirely fine, but I just want you guys to love Star Wars regardless. My name is Matt Jarbo. This has been 3 Buck Theater. Please be sure to leave a comment, like or dislike the video. It's all good. But subscribe and just post your thoughts, because you know what? We're in this together. Let's have a civil and amicable discussion. All right, guys, I'll talk to you all later. Have yourself a great day. Keep an eye out for streams tomorrow. DC fandom on the horizon. My name is Matt Jarbo. Have yourself a great night, everybody, and peace out.